The drunk driving suspect who plowed into 5 other vehicles last night in East Dallas is facing a charge of murder. Surveillance video captured the chain reaction crash that followed a brief police chase. One driver was killed, a man on his way home from work. Police say the suspect who caused all of this was driving a stolen Jeep. Fox 4's Natalie Salih live at Shiloh and Ferguson roads where the chase came to an end. Natalie.
Well, Clarice, it was a short chase, but it was just long enough for this suspect to enter the city of Dallas and cause that deadly chain reaction crash. The remnants of it are still right here over my shoulder on the street corner. Now, that man killed minding his own business on his way home where he lived with his elderly mother.
And how much I love him. And he loved me too.
Virginia Fox cradling a photo of her 58-year-old son, Stephen Fox, a Conway truck driver. The two living together for years since Stephen had an aneurysm. Like clockwork, he'd called to say he's heading home. Tuesday, 5 p.m., the last time she'd hear from him.
I saw that news about it last night, and I thought, well, that sure is close to home, you know. And after he didn't show up, well, that's when I called the hospital.
Surveillance video from a convenience store at Ferguson and Shiloh roads in Dallas shows the deadly chain reaction crash. Police say 27-year-old Jaron Williams, seen here in a mugshot from a previous arrest, was the man behind the wheel of a stolen Jeep who blew through a red light, causing the 6-car crash. Fox's powder blue Chevy was T-boned. Another driver, Cori White, was pinned in her vehicle by a van.
I looked out to the right and I saw a ball of fire and a van coming towards me as I'm parked at the pump.
Mesquite police say it all started with a call about a suspected drunk driver. An officer spotted this Jeep on 635, realized it was reported stolen, and called for backup. Police say Williams exited the freeway at Ferguson Road and ran a red light, and that's when the officer trailing him turned on lights and sirens to pull him over, but Williams took off. With backup officers still en route, the pursuit was on. A mile and a half down Ferguson Road, Williams ran the light and set off the series of fiery wrecks.
We see nothing at this point that would make us think that we violated any of our policies.
Williams has a long list of prior convictions for crimes that include car thefts and evading arrest.
How did you find out what happened? Where did they go?
We caught up with his mom on the way to the hospital, but she had no comment. Meanwhile, Dallas police back at the scene a day later, still collecting evidence. And a short distance away, Fox's mom remembers a son who almost made it home.
Well, I remember, I'll always remember how good he was to me.
Well, Fox's family tells me that they have no anger toward police, only the suspect who caused the crash. Now, Williams is expected to be charged with murder. He remains in critical condition tonight. He does have a history of evading police, and police tell me he was intentionally trying to get away and killed someone in the process. Clarice?
Natalie, we just heard the sergeant say the department doesn't think the chase violated their chase policy. What is their chase policy?
Right. Well, the decision to chase a suspect is a city-by-city decision, and Mesquite does allow officers to do so. Now, that officer has to call it in, and an assisting officer as well as a supervising officer then joins in the pursuit. In this case, it appears that the officer did what he was supposed to do. He called it in, he stayed on the suspect's tail, but it was such a short distance when the crash happened, just over a mile down the road. The supervisor and the assisting officer had not yet arrived, but we did learn today that so far it does not appear that any part of that policy was violated. Clarice?
Natalie, thank you.